Shoot, baby, baby. Shoot, baby. Shoot, shoot, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love you, baby. You're my flower. Shoot, baby. Shoot, do, do, do. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love you. I love you, yeah. Yeah, 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 baby, baby. Yeah, baby. You're my flower, and I love you. Sweet as the honey, baby. Yeah.
Hey, we ain't gotta straighten up right there.
No, all we gotta do is probably try that, how to set up is, they show me set up somebody.
Oh, I can see more. That you don't know me very well. You're so unsure. And you run to ask my feelings. Don't be afraid to come to me. Don't ask my name. Come to me. Don't be afraid of what you see. You'll find out love. Come to me. Don't be afraid. You don't hide. Yeah, no. You ain't changing. Don't ask my name. Don't ask my name. Don't ask my name. You're actually don't be afraid. Don't ask my name. Don't be afraid. and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. Bite your lip and take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up from peace to find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey rumors people say that you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, you might do it. You can surely do it. Just move on up. Move on up. We move on up. Boy, child, we just move on up. We move on up. Move on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you're excited to be to the Rock Your Crown event, can you give me a hand praise really quick, please? All right. Well, for those that do not know me, my name is Donald Brown. I work in the Regulatory Services Division as a housing liaison. I also am one of the co-chairs to our Minneapolis Black Employee Network, which is one of our employee resource groups here at the city of Minneapolis. And so we want to welcome you to one of the last events of our Black History Month celebration that we have partnered with Hennepin County and the city of Minneapolis as we celebrate Black History Month. All right, I almost said amen. So at the end of the day, we thank you all for being here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We know that we have some dignitary here. We have special people here. We want to be respectful of you all's time and schedules to this 2024 Rock Your Crown event. All right, I see all over the room. We have different crowns that are being rocked right now. And I know some of us used to have, but we have to embrace where we are right now, right? And so whatever your crown is, we ask that you rock it proudly, rock it with authority, and just walk in who you are, all right? So at this time, it is my esteemed honor and my privilege to introduce to some and present to others a very special individual who has took time out of his schedule to come and read the Crown Act and give us a little insight about what the Crown Act is and how it became and things of such. So we are very grateful that he's here. So I want you to put your hands together as we have the president. Y'all heard I said the president of the Senate, all right? Senator Bobby Joe Champion. Let's give him a good hand praise as he comes.
Let me just say, first of all, he did take us to church because he said, I'm glad that you're here. Put your hands together and give him a praise. And there's nothing wrong with that. Can we be so kind as to give him a hand for just taking the time to put all this together? So we are excited. And you know what? I'm also excited about the fact that with me that you see Shamika Bogan, who is my executive assistant to the president. And so I'm excited to be here, and she made sure that I was running out of there and getting out of there on time, let me just say. To really put this in context, I think it's important for us to celebrate history and celebrate Black history. Because history, as you know, Black History Month was established many, many years ago by Carter G. Woodson. And in fact, it used to be called Negro Week. And it was called Negro Week because it was a time that was set aside in order to make sure that individuals could come out and celebrate the accomplishments of Black people. Because we have contributed greatly to this nation. And so it was first called Negro Week, and it then got expanded to Black History Month. And let me tell you, some people say, oh, we get the shortest month of the year. You've heard that, but in fact, that was decided by Carter G. Woodson because he wanted to make sure that there was a recognition of Booker T. Washington's birthday and that of Kennedy, I think was what was the other person. But anyway, that's where February comes from. But let me also put this in context. The Crown Act was put together and pushed by me, and on the House side is Representative Abaje. And she was really spirited about this as well, and I just think it's important for us to give her a hand even though she's not here with us right now. She's over in St. Paul. And history and just knowing history is important is because you heard, and I thank you for that introduction of saying president, because we've never had a Black president before.
That's right.
I'm the first Black president and Black person to ever preside over a legislative body, both the House or Senate. And so that you know, just a little trivia, and then I'll get to the Crown Act. Who was the first, anybody know the name of the first Black senator in the Minnesota Senate? Any takers? It was Dr. Robert Lewis. Dr. Robert Lewis was a veterinarian. Okay. And where was he from? Any takers? Well, Minnesota's right, because he had to be in Minnesota. That's true, right? Any takers to say where the person was from? Guess where? St. Louis Park.
Wow. Okay.
And that was in 1972. Okay. So it wasn't that long ago. So I just want to give you that little history. So this is also important why the Crown Act is before us, because when you have people who truly represent all of Minnesota, then you get platforms and issues that are brought to the table that reflects Minnesota. And you know that last year was the first year that we passed a bill to recognize Juneteenth as a state holiday. Before that, we didn't have Juneteenth recognized as a state holiday. And so the Crown Act falls into that long list of things that we did last year. And just so that you know, the Crown Act, people will say, well, where did the crown come from? Of course, it's your head. And I know that just like you and I go to the same barber.
Yes, sir.
But Crown actually stands for creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. That's really what it stands for. And in the African American community, we know that the crown was always your hair, but also what you put on your head. Because black mothers on Sundays would always wear a hat. And so that's where they often talked about the crown. But again, to create a respectful and open world for natural hair. And so the Crown Act was actually initially created in 2019 to ensure protection against discrimination, so that you could wear your hair in a natural way and for you not to be discriminated against. So think about this. If you wanted to wear locks, you could wear locks or braids. Anything as it pertains to your natural hair. And you might think that, why would you have to have a law about that? Because do you not know at one time they would tell you that you had to wear your hair straight or closer to the majority community. And we wanted to make sure that individuals could go to work and be in their natural state, no matter, not just African American, just other cultures as well. Believe it or not, there are some people that discriminated against individuals if they had curly hair. So there are a lot of things going on. And so just so that you know, whether it's braids, locks, twists, knots, you name it. Now, other states that have passed the Crown Act, because we passed the Crown Act, but other states that have passed the Crown Act, Texas. Now, I know we all had to say Texas, of all places. Texas. Alaska, Arkansas. Now, my dad's from Hope, Arkansas, so don't say nothing crazy about Arkansas, right? California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nebraska, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, and New York, Oregon, and Tennessee, just to name a few. So the Crown Act, just so you know, is more than just about hair. Now, most people would say, oh, it's really about hair. No, it's really about dignity. So that you can feel respected, and so that your humanity will be respected. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful to Representative Bajay, who was the House author, and I was the Senate author. But on the Senate side, I also had the support of Senator Muhammad, Senator Ron Latz, Senator May Quaid, and Senator Umu Verbatim. So those were the other authors of this important and wonderful bill. And here's what it says. Now, when I read it, that you're going to say, is that all it says? But it has great impact. It just says, race is inclusive of traits associated with race, including but not limited to hair texture and hairstyles such as braids, locks, and twists. So you put this in the human rights statute in order to say that if someone is in the workplace, they cannot be discriminated against because of their hair, locks, and other hair traits. And that has far-reaching implications. So we are thankful for you, as he said, rocking your crown. We want you to rock your crown, and we want you to be judged on your skills and qualifications and not necessarily how you decided to style your hair. Or not style your hair in my instance. So thank you so very much. And
Well, all right. So we're going to have a little celebration. So with the Rock Your Crown, we appreciate the historical pieces of where this came from. This is the first time that we're going to have a hair show here. We're going to end this thing right? So we're going to have none other than my very own brother Anthony Taylor. He's going to moderate the remainder of this session as we highlight some of our local barbers, beauticians, and braiders who are going to come and show us some of their work. Let's give a good hand to brother Anthony Taylor as he comes at this time.
Thank you, Brother Donald. One of the things that's interesting, I guess me and Donald and the senator go to the same barber, right? So I think like we're talking about Rock Our Crown, and we're doing a poor representation, I guess, of all the different hairstyles that we have in the history of this country. But I want to welcome everybody. My name is Anthony Taylor. I'm the Community Engagement Manager with Neighborhood and Community Relations, and it's truly my honor to moderate this conversation today. One of the beautiful things about this celebration is that we can make it happen. I don't know if a lot of us were around last year, but we had this planned as well with the Minnesota Black Employee Network here at Minneapolis, and they had a snowstorm, right? So we were committed to be able to have this again in February. So I'm going to get us started. I just want to say kind of a few things and a few thoughts as we kind of frame this conversation a little bit. And I want to read you something that I think is really important to me, and it goes a little something like this. Hair holds immense significance in Black culture, symbolizing a rich tapestry of history, identity, and resistance. For centuries, hair has been a symbol of Black pride, resilience, and cultural expression, deeply instituted in the way Black individuals and communities come together. Early America didn't allow for Black people, much less Black hair, to be free. Eurocentric beauty standards were ingrained into the foundational power structure of the United States. However, Black culture branched further away from white dominant standards and led to an evolution of self-expression. Black hair continues to represent the history and legacy of Blackness in America. Hair provides a unique space for the Black community to connect, relax, socialize, and breathe. Black beauty salons and barbershops repeatedly are the heart and soul of the community, with all Black folks having memories of that. It is a rite of passage for us in our community. I remember when I was a kid, walking about 10 blocks with my little $10 to go to the barbershop and wait in the barbershop to get my hair cut. Mind you, I did not have an appointment, right? But they knew I was coming every 2 weeks, and I sat there and I soaked up every conversation that was happening in the barbershop. Beauty salons the same way. So I waited till my time was to be called, and then I got up and I got my hair cut and I walked my butt home. But it's the unique experience of being in that barbershop where they're selling food, telling stories, telling lies, right? This is all part of the barbershop and the beauty salon experience. And I thought about this as I came to kind of prepare for this event, is that, you know, I can still kind of remember the smell of the hot comb on the stove in the kitchen when my mom was doing my sister's hair. I smelt that hot comb. And then, you know, sometimes when it got a little bit too close to the scalp, those are memories that are ingrained in my soul. But it was a bonding experience for my sisters and my mother, and it was a learning experience to me that hair is real, right? It's here, it's real, and it's how we identify ourselves. So with that, I'd like to say that whether you have box braids, dreadlocks, afros, a bald head, a ball fade, a low fade, a taper fade, cornrows, finger waves, jerry curl, or extensions, Black hair is more than just a strand of hair, right? It is more than just a strand of hair. It is us being unapologetically free to express and do what we want and when we want to. We just ask white folks not to ask to touch our hair, right? Right? Can I get an amen? All right. All right. So with that being said, we're going to start our program. I want to introduce this clip from Rory.
Pernell, most people call me P. I'm a barber, licensed instructor. Been cutting hair for 18 years in North Minneapolis. I'm currently opening a barber school, MBSC, that's Melt City Barbering School of Craftsmanship. Melt City meaning motivate, elevate lives through changing individuals' thoughts yearly. My grandmother actually, so if you see that picture up there, that's my grandmother. She was a barber. And when I moved from Gary, Indiana to Minnesota, my grandmother said, well, every young boy needs to keep his hair cut. And so she taught me how to take these tachables, and she told me how to put a one blade on there, oil them up on the sides and everything, make sure the springs is tight, and just go against the grain. And I did that, and I kept going further with my imagination. Barbering saved my life, actually. If it wasn't for cutting hair, no telling where I would be. You know, I was in prison, selling drugs. I found a love for it when I was in prison, when I was at the lowest point in my life, and I didn't know what else I could do because I wanted to be an accountant. And the guys were laughing, saying, well, you're a felon now, you can't be no accountant. So then my heart was hurting. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Not knowing that I know how to cut hair. I know how to cut hair, I'm cutting hair. I was cutting myself in high school, you know what I'm saying? But I never looked at the gift that I already had. And once I realized the gift that I had, I took off. I ain't gotta do that no more. I can make whatever I wanna make behind this chair and work for me. And once I realized that, I bought me a home and I flourished and took care of my wife and my kids and doing all those great things. Barbering put me around a lot of great people, from lawyers to doctors to influencers to uninfluencers, the unintelligent, the ones that don't know no better. But I could be a great influence to them as well. See, when I'm at work, this is a stage, you know what I'm saying? And with that presence that I have, people perceive what I give. And so what's in me comes out, you know what I'm saying? I can't wear it like it's a t-shirt. And so when I said motivate, elevate lives through changing individuals' thoughts yearly, that's Mel City. That's what it is, and that's my passion for the game. That's where MBSC is coming from. That's where the school is needed for the Twin Cities. It's gonna help change the narrative.
Love yours. Love yours.
Hello, how everybody doing? My name is Rory,
No such thing.
aka Mr. Mel City. They call me P.
Better than yours.
As you can see, I'm getting ready to open a barber school. Still need some final touches, but we getting there. As I was saying, the Crown Act is a great thing. It allowed us as barbers to cut even more hair. It allowed me to have cornrows to be in the corporate atmosphere comfortably. So I want to bring out the final reveal of my client that I showed on the video. Her name is Tyneek. Tyneek, you want to come in? Tyneek is watching a natural hairstyle with the Mel City taper. That's a 3-layer taper. And she's very particular. And so I'm glad that I was able to capture the look that she's looking for. The natural hair allows us to show our characteristics without speaking. So as we speak our voice, you hear it in our voice, but sometimes you don't get a chance to hear us talk. You just see us walking past. And so a natural hairstyle definitely shows the characteristics of a person. Thank you.
For what's money without happiness, or hard times without the people you love?
Let's give them both a round of applause once again. Sister, you was ready to show your hairstyle. I really appreciate that. Really, really do. Want to introduce the WCB Dream Team Beauty, the ultimate beauty destination on campus. Their style offers a range of top-notch services from expert cosmetology treatments to braiding techniques and cutting-edge makeup artistry. Founded in 2017, Dr. Sharon Cook, owned by Inaya Kyle, Antonisha Woods, and Makeda Williams' Dream Team Beauty it epitomizes passion, skill, dedication to enhancing every client's beauty. With a wealth of experience, these founders have earned acclaim for their talents and commitment to excellence. Today, we turn the spotlight to two esteemed braiders and beauticians. Leading the braiding department is none other than Antonisha Wood, a versatile virtuoso in the art of hair braiding. Having honed her craft since the tender age of 9, Antonisha has attained mastery in her skill, continuously refining her technique throughout ongoing training. Her unwavering dedication to safeguarding her clients' hair health while delivering impeccable results has earned her the patronage of distinguished figures from WNBA, NBA, reality television realm, and others. At the pinnacle of beauty expertise stands Inaya Kyle, our licensed beautician extraordinaire. Anaya's ascent to excellence began with her graduation from the prestigious Aveda Institute at the apex of her class. Armed with profound knowledge in hair, she possesses unparalleled ability to cater to the clients of diverse races and textures. From locks to twists to braids to silk presses to sew-ins to an array of other technique. Anaya's repertoire knows no bounds. Her unwavering commitment to promoting health, stunning hair extends beyond the salon chair as she diligently advises clients on the most suitable hair care products tailored to their unique needs. Together, they create unparalleled salon experience where innovation meets tradition. Let's take a little clip of this team.
Hi, my name is Inaya Kayo, and I go by Naya J Styles.
And my name is Antonisha Woods, and I go by Nisha Righteous Braids. And the name of our business is called Dream Team Beauty.
So the reason we love what we do is because every day we get any type of clients or anybody comes in from all walks of life. You know, when they leave, you know, we get to make them feel beautiful, confident in themselves. They feel encouraged.
We know that this is our calling because no matter what comes our way, no matter how defeated we may feel, no matter how discouraged we may feel, hair is always the center for us, the center of our lives. Everything that revolves around us is hair. And we always are presented with opportunities that we would never even dream of. So that's how we know that this is our calling, because it just,
I mean, there's nothing else. For those people that can, you know, help us pour back into our community, into the children and youth in our community, and to help cultivate the gift that they may have, you know, hair in the beauty industry, you know, that we work in. So, you know, if you want to be a part of that, you know, just talk to us after this fashion show, and then we'll be happy to discuss what we want to do for the youth.
Future. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We are super excited, and we look forward to more opportunities.
I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Shadows on my feet, yeah, they won't let me be.
Hi, again, my name is Inaya. I go by Naya J Styles, and today my motto is Jasmine. You can come in. And the style that I did on her are called soft locks. So soft locks is a really great protective hairstyle. It lasts about 2 to 3 months with proper maintenance. And although it's really beautiful and it looks like it takes a very long time, it does not. It takes me about 3 to 4 hours, depending on hair texture and density. You can wash this hairstyle. It should be washed frequently, considering the amount of time that it'll be in. You can style it however you like. We actually styled that last night, and it just still looks great. I just love it. And it's authentically pleasing over time. So over time is the appeal. So as it gets older, it just looks great. So yeah, and so that's my spiel.
And my name is Antonisha Woods, also known as Nisha Righteous Braids. And my model for today is Shanice Watts. And she has a quick She has a quick protective style, which takes about an hour and a half long to do, and it lasts about 3 weeks to 4, depending on the aftercare. And you can wear this style up or down. I added a couple cute curls to it just to make it add a little spice to it. So yeah.
Let's give them all a round of applause. Just the grace and elegance of the models and the beautician. I know you had that in you, Shanice, either. Though, like, yeah, it surprised me. But we want to get into a little bit of kind of a Q&A. I think we know that there's a lot of work and there's a story behind all of our beauticians and our artists and our stylists, and I'd love to have them answer that. I'm going to start actually with the Dream Team, if that's okay. So Anaya and Antonisha, just talk about a little bit. We heard about the Crown Act, right? And you've heard about it before, and Senator Champion was able to talk about the Crown Act. So if you know that now, like, what does it mean to you as you do your work, the Crown Act?
So as a beautician, the Crown Act, I think it's very encouraging to see progress being pushed in that arena, especially I've been doing hair for a long time. So even before I went to school, I actually went to a school that is probably 90%, majority non-people of color. So, I got to see a lot and witness a lot, from, from stylists to students to whatever. So it kind of opened up my eyes a little bit to the inequities that are in place, in our society and in that school. So when I heard about the Crown Act, and then you hear stuff sorry if you're from Texas, but stuff in Texas and southern parts of the world, DeAndre Arnold, Faith Finity, those twins at that Boston charter school, that's being discriminated against because of, who they are, naturally, we have no control over this, so this is just who we are. So when you hear stuff like that, it's very discouraging as a hairdresser, but then when you see, stuff like the Crown Act being implemented, in our society as a hairdresser is very encouraging. Man, this is a step in the right direction, and we can push this agenda more. So I'm constantly pushing it in my chair. So you can ask my clients.
Yeah.
So.
You want to add anything to that, Antonisha?
I think she said enough for us.
I heard that. That was a definite mic drop. That's the truth, right? And anybody who know Anaya, she drop mics all the time, right? She's a mic drop expert. So, Rory, I'll turn it over to you. About the Crown Act, you've heard about that. What's your thoughts about that?
I thought it was a great thing. Me being a barber, I had a client, he worked for Clear at the airport. He had locks. I was cutting his hair, tapering them nice. He came back 2 days later bro, you got to cut my hair off. I'm like, why? He's like, because they told me that they were going to fire me if I don't cut my hair because it's not a good look for me representing myself as a Clear person. I'm like, are you serious? They can't cut your hair because of that. He was like, no, look. He showed me the emails and whatnot. He cut it off. A couple of weeks later, the Crown Act got passed. So I said, dude, did you know that this was coming? I didn't know it was coming. And so he didn't. And all the years that he's grown his hair, I've grown mine for 16 years. And so he had at least 10 years in. And so to let all that good energy go, he was hurt by that. But now that the Crown Act has passed, it's allowing him to be him, to evolve into the person that God evolves us to be. Some of us evolve into having a bald. But I tell the gentleman, grow your beard out. Let me line that up tight. Since you got to take the top off, let me pull the beard out.
There's a lot of amens in here, right?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we all evolve into our looks, and so I try to tell people that allow the process of God to work, because we all evolve.
Yeah. Thank you for that, both of you guys. Yeah, give a round of applause to that question. I think that was so so insightful. And one of the things I think is most important is like everybody has a journey, right? Everybody has a journey from where they come from, right? So being a little girl or a little boy and seeing different styles and getting that bug, right? You know, you guys talked about, you know, just how much you have a passion for that, you know, and Rory, you talked about, man, I'm doing this in prison already, right? Like, how can I, like, be able to, like, evolve? So I say that to say this, and we'll go to the dream team. Like, just talk about your artistic style. What's the flavor? Like, you know, give us a little insight on that beautiful mind that y'all got in there.
I guess we just like to recreate whatever our clients like. Like, we like to challenge ourselves, and I think sometimes it could be a little discouraging when you see like the big time stylists on Instagram, and you feel like you can't do it, but then when you recreate it, you made it your own, you know?
Magic.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's.
Yeah, and I agree with Antonisha, you know, just, you know, yeah, seeing those stylists too could be that, but like also too, like, you know, I think Antonisha is like, and I'm gonna talk, is a great creator, like in the things that she does. And I always tell her this, you know, it's like I feel like she can do anything, you know, anything. Because she can, because I watch her like just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow as a braider, you know, like as a stylist. And so like watching her creativity as another stylist, you know, I'm always learning from her as well too. So I think that like it's great to be able to like, you know, work with someone where we can balance that creativity off each other. Like, you know, like I like my locks, obviously, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like, you know, my thing, although I do so much, you know, like my thing is like locks and natural hair and like weave, you know, but that's just my thing, although I can do everything. But it's encouraging to kind of watch, you know, other stylists, especially ones that I can, you know, touch and be like, man, like that's dope. How you think of that? That's tight. Show me how to do that, you know? So it's encouraging to see and to be able to balance creativity off each other. So
Beautiful. Rory, what's your style, bro?
Me, I'm a master blender. I blend. That's where the Mel City came from dark to nothing. Like there's not one texture that I can't blend. I make it look nice. It looks good. I remember when I was a kid that to save me as a kid, I started cutting hair when I was 11. So what saved me was the bowl cut was in. All right, so I used to tie the shoestring around my head, and one level was a one and the other level was bald. I was cool with that as a kid, you know, because that's what was in at the time. And as time progressed on, I eventually allowed my creativity to blend. So spending hours in a bathroom in my mom's house and blending. By the time I hit high school, I was nice. I do my own hair still to this day. I've been cutting my own hair since I was a kid. So my thing is blending for sure. And I'm very artistic and accomplishing personalities on young ladies and men as well. Like you can't just line every beard as a L shape or a box. You know, if this gentleman has a chubby cheeks and whatnot, you got to know how to capture that. You know, everybody don't have a square lining. Some foreheads go in, so you got to have that appearance and know how to round that to give the appearance as if it is a straight, perfect lining. So no spray for me, okay? I get this new era. Doing the
like
spray
Beijing?
and doing the makeup and whatnot. That's not for me. I'm a natural barber from day one. I'm a straight razor, hot
Just
foam.
dress up, yep.
I do it the real way with no spray.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wonder sometimes. I did that once. Full disclosure, right? So I'm gonna be perfectly honest. When Father Time was like talking to me and my hairline wasn't going, you know, like where I wanted to. I tried it. My pillow regretted it because it came all off.
Yeah.
So.
Your white
but
shirts, your collar shirts, the
all of that,
sheets,
yeah.
everything just
All that.
messed up. If it's hot outside and you're having a good time, you done wiped your whole hairlining off.
Yeah.
It's not worth paying the money for that. Don't let them cheat you. Make them treat you.
100% true. Thank you. I'll give a round of applause. As we kind of wrap up, I don't know where are we at time. Okay. one of the things that I think I want to kind of end here, and it's really something I always thought about because I'm trying to raise a son too, right? And one of the things that I think is that I want him to see is the barbershop, right? And the interactions in the barbershop. And it doesn't matter if you have like one chair, right? Or if you got 6 chairs. And the beauty salon, like the beauty about that, I remember my mom's would die if anybody else touched her hair because the beautician built that relationship. So she might have moved shops from the end of the city to the other city, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. My moms and my sisters was gonna follow her. Right? Does that make sense to all us in here? We'll keep those relationships with our beauticians and our barbers. I mean, that's real. Yeah. So as we end this, I just want to say, how do you feel about having that significance and that important role in the relationships that you build with your clients? Like, how important is that to you and your community? And we'll start with the Dream Team, and Rory, I'll have you take us out.
Well, to me, I think it's extremely important to have those relationships, with your clients. I must say, though, everybody is not your client either. So, you have to take that into consideration, too. So, if there's somebody for everybody. I understand that everybody's not my client. So, but having those significant, important relationships, with your clients is major, So, for me, like when I'm going to a stylist and getting my hair done, I look for consistency. I look for someone I can trust, someone that's knowledgeable, someone that knows how to actually take care of my hair, to build that trust up on too. So it's extremely important. I think that we can't take it for granted because people come to us, they spend their money, their hard-earned money, and they come to you. There's a million stylists, like a million. And you, out of a million stylists, you came to me. Yeah. No, we don't take that for granted at all. And then you're dealing with people, too. You're dealing with people's self-esteem, their confidence, who they are, their identity, all of that. That's not anything that you take for granted. So for us, it's not just about, oh, I'm a hairdresser, I'm this. It's much more than that. People come to us with their issues, their problems. They have to be able to trust us, So it's like, it's a confidential, safe space where someone can come and feel comfortable and feel, loved. And we didn't have people cry in our chairs. We didn't pray for people. We didn't, whatever that is, whatever the situation may be, build relationships outside of the chair where now we can get invited to birthday parties and stuff.
You're part of the family now, right? Yeah.
So like we're now, they're not only bringing themselves, they're bringing their husbands, they're bringing their kids, they're bringing their friends, they're bringing everybody because of the experience, that they're having with the Dream Team, with us, on a personal level. So it's more than just, oh, I'm doing their hair. It's so much more than that. You can't take it for granted. So, yeah.
And
It's definitely a relationship. Me personally, for at least 16 years, I've been cutting at least 20 to 25 heads a day, Tuesday through Saturday. So imagine all the different personalities and the different people that I encounter, the different issues that's on me. So at the end of the day, when I come home, I just ask my wife, just give me an hour to pull it together. Let me just sit down, because she didn't understand in the beginning, but then she eventually understood, because that's a lot of pressure on me. It's a lot. It's like, okay, now I have to release. Like, man, I know this brother was going through that. So you never know what someone is going through just from their outer appearance, because I was always taught to never wear your problems on your sleeve. So just because a person looks the way they look doesn't mean that they have issues or whatnot going on. And the barbershop is a safe place for a lot of those gentlemen to get it out, especially the ones that's having issues as far as family, friends, fiancés and whatnot, kids, the whole nine. I've seen a lot of single moms bring in young boys, and I applaud them for that. But I've seen more fathers throughout the years bring in their sons, and that's a bond that would never, ever go away. I've cut at least 15 bodies, dead bodies, because they were my clients. And people ask me, well, how do you do that? I said, I don't know. It's my client. He's just sitting there with his eyes closed. I pray and I ask God to guide my hands. And I make sure I give him the best last cut from me that he's had. And so many of the kids that come up to me like, PR Bond was my dad and you, and we come into the shop, and that was a huge bond. So just knowing that it's just not about cutting hair, but it's definitely a relationship. And if they true, like majority of my clients is, they refuse to cheat. They think they like, man, I can't cheat, bro. I'll wait till you get back. I'll just rock it out and be rough right now. So I would definitely say being a great barber in the community is definitely a relationship, especially with the children, because the kids that come in and let's say the kids is just being bad in the shop, right? They're just all over the place. Well, as soon as you offer them a couple dollars just to sweep, now they read it. I'm teaching them how to make money as an entrepreneur. I raised my sons in the barbershop. So all my sons have seen and sat there doing homework and whatnot, but seen an entrepreneur right in their face, in their household. So majority of my boys then grew up to be entrepreneurs. They're great with their hands, and they love the fact that the sky is really a ceiling. You know what I mean? It's not the limit. It's just a ceiling. It's just a view. Because there's no amount of money that they can't make when you're being an entrepreneur. Can't nobody cap that for you.
Give our panel a round of applause. Give our beauticians a round of applause. Our talent, Ms. Tanique, thank you. And that's not loud enough, y'all. Come on, man. Like, come on, yeah. The city of Minneapolis bought a hair show to the public service building. We got to be happy about that, right? Come on. And thank you. This was a wonderful experience. I thank you both for your time, your patience. I want to thank a few people who were part of this planning committee for MBEN. I want to thank Brother Donald Brown, Shanice Watts. Yes, please clap it up. Tanisha Anderson, Melanie Rucker, Charisma Smith, Fatima Okalaga. Oglakoga. She will find me and she will say something to me. So Fatima, I apologize, and myself as well, to being part of that committee. And I want to just really thank folks for coming today on a busy schedule. But we are not done, right? So we've got some food, y'all. If y'all been walking in here, it smell good. So about 1 to 2, we've got some networking, enjoy some food, talk to the artists, get some business contacts, right? Get some business contacts while you're here, and enjoy the rest of the day. So thank you, everybody.
Just want to give special acknowledgement to our caterer, Miss Nadia from Jamaica, from Nadia's Jamaican Kitchen in the back. So we got some Jamaican food, so y'all go back there and partake. We also want to take the man on the ones and twos, Mr. Stephen Daniels, who did the DJing today. So y'all, come on, let's celebrate.
Yeah, and if you haven't signed in, please sign in. If you haven't signed in, we've got a sign-up sheet outside the door. Is that good? Huh?
And don't forget, hello, hello, hello. Can you turn the music down just a little bit for us, please? We also wanted to remind you about tomorrow. Tomorrow is leap year. There will be a lighting of the bridge